I'm going to be super quick. I have 3 things that I'm going to go over, stuff that's just, I've been thinking of new stuff that I could do just to kind of be different from everyone. Being different and standing out is something that I feel like is really getting people's attention right now. Especially, I think there's another company that does something similar, and I keep getting people messaging me every day, and they're like, are you with this company? And I'm like, I've never heard of that before in my life. So definitely trying to be different here. So I'm going over video ads. One of the biggest things I noticed, I was going through ads just to see what everyone was doing, and I noticed like a trend in how people were wording things, and all of my ads I went back and looked at, and it was the exact same way. But when we are making ads, normally we've practiced a few times. The phrase, your vibe attracts your tribe. That was something when I first started. The word vibe, I could not, like when I heard it, I was like, I don't believe in that. Like I thought it was so funny when people used that word. Now I use that word probably 50 times a day. So that is something that I really focus on in my ads, is making sure that what I'm saying, people, your vibe literally is attracting your tribe. So how you present yourself in your ad, your confidence in what you're sharing with your audience, just make sure that you're in the mindset that you want to bring them in at. So you don't want to, sit there, and one big thing that I did when I started is I talked about how I was so broke. And that was the very first thing I said. I was like, I was so broke when I started this. And I kept getting people messaging me that was like, I'm so broke right now. What did you do? And that's okay, because we're trying to help everyone. But sometimes people can't get over those hurdles that, I felt like I ran a marathon and jumped 50 hurdles to get started with this. So some people can't do that. So one thing I realized was, as soon as I started being more confident in how you present yourself in your ads, is definitely how you're going to attract your people. I just looking at a trend, I'll say that again, and the people that I brought in with certain ads, or even as like from the beginning of this to the end, they've changed with how I've changed. So just be sure you're presenting yourself in your ad how you want the person that you're attracting to come in, because that's what this is. You're attracting people that can relate with what you're saying. So when you're making your ad, make sure that you have a clear motive. You're not all over the place giving, 15 different tips throughout the ad. You have a clear, end goal. Like, we want them to know that we have something for them, and they've got to click on the link to actually get that. So that was one thing that I noticed when I went back and watched my ads. I started with one story, went to another story, and then I was like, oh yeah, and then I found something online. But then again, I was wanting to stay home and my husband to be home. So it was like I was all over the place, probably like I sound right now. But when you're running an ad, you want to make sure that people can stick with you and actually understand what you're saying from beginning to the end. So I find one thing that I really want to get across to my audience, depending on what my ad is. I'm testing different things right now, and every single ad I'm targeting different people with what I say. Like if I say something more businessy, targeting entrepreneurs, but I have a clear motive that this is a business. If I'm targeting family, I talk about my family. That's the motive. I wanted to be with my family. If I'm just, trying to find people that want something more, I say I was looking for something more. I keep it on one topic so that I'm not getting people confused. Like, I want, something more out of life. I wanted to be with my family, and the business side, sometimes that gets jumbled up. So very last thing, consider videos that you enjoy watching. And I know I've said this before, but I went back and just looked through different videos that I have saved or like clicked on to watch later, and just on Facebook, just to see what I watch the most. I watch like the stupidest videos, like cats jumping at cucumbers and stuff. Like, so if you're watching stuff like that, don't remake that as an ad, but really what you're attracted to, be sure you're applying that to your advertisement so that you're attracting the people that are like you. So, and that helps you, stay different and actually, have your own personal way of doing things, so you're not just sitting there telling a story.